So, amidst all of the Andrew Callahan allegations that are going on, Ethan Klein decided to throw his 2 cents in, as he tends to do, and just as he tends to do with most situations, he put his foot in his mouth and ended up sounding like a fool. So, I'm gonna talk about it like I tend to do when he puts his foot in his mouth and discuss exactly why he is wrong in this situation. So it all started with this tweet from him. Famous men should not have random hookups, especially involving alcohol and with fans. Period. Ever. This is all getting to be too much. Now, obviously, this is a bit ironic given how conservative of a take a lot of people were taking it as, given how Ethan has, called himself a leftist multiple times. He's been making, left leaning content for the better part of, I would say, 2 or 3 years now. So for him to have this kind of take is very interesting. And I think because of how people were taking this tweet, they decided, well, he decided to make a video, and I'm going to show you a bit of that video because I think it's really interesting. And
becoming famous to sleep with a bunch of women, well, that used to be cool, and that used to be a reason to become famous. But now you can go ahead and do that, but it's going to come out, and you're going to hurt people. And you're going to end up sleeping with people who were influenced by, who were either a fan of yours, who were too drunk, who were influenced by your power and aura and just general fame. And so I feel like with fame and power, there needs to be some giving up of responsibility, or there needs to be some more acceptance of responsibility.
so obviously, it's weird that he's focusing in on men in this way because you see women all the time who are with normal, average guys, and nothing against those guys. There's a popular TikTok star, Addison Rae. She's with a normal guy that's not famous at all. Giselle Budson, pretty much the most popular divorcee of the year by far, is dating a normal guy, a trainer. But is she doing something wrong? Now, obviously, that's probably outside of Ethan Klein's, sphere. But the Addison Rae thing isn't. That's why I wanted to throw that one in because he's very much into the TikTok type of space. But he's not calling them out. And obviously it's to pander to his audience because I would say his audience is probably 15 to 30 left-leaning women that or girls, given that they're 15. So obviously he's going to lean more towards, oh, we got to call out men because that's something that they tend to do. That's just the way it is. They had the whole kill all men thing. I'm not even going to get into that. That's a cesspit right there. But when you've got an audience that's very much leaning towards that end of the political spectrum, and you want to pander to them, that's what you got to do. And that's all this is really, which is why he only said men. Now, this is dumb to think that, oh, if you're getting with a fan, they're always going to have to be like influenced by your power, right? So you just can't have any type of relationship ever. He's mainly focusing on hookups, but what's the difference? So just because it's a longer relationship, they can't be affected? No, it's because they're a consenting adult and they have cognitive brain function, they should be allowed to do whatever they want. You're not the type of person, I would guess, who thinks that they should raise the voting age, right? You think that people who are 18 should be able to determine the future of the country. And I agree. I think if you're 18, you should be able to vote. But you can't be like, oh yeah, 18's fine to vote, but not to fine to do whatever they want when it comes to consent and things of that nature. If they're 18 and they're an adult, bro, you should not be worried about what they do and their business as long as they're not, going over the bounds of the law or they're not doing something wrong. As long as they're consenting and they're doing their own thing, you shouldn't be angry about it. So as if there's a celebrity who decides that, hey, this fan is cute, I want to get with them, and the fan's like, oh yeah, I'm down, I'd love to do this, then they're perfectly within their right. If there's a celebrity that sees a fan and it's like, oh man, I really want to get with this fan, and the fan is above 18 and they consent, that's none of your business. And it shouldn't be, this big blown up thing. Just because Andrew Callahan allegedly did it wrong doesn't mean that you should be like, oh, okay. So for every famous man, this is how things should shape up. That's stupid. All right, let's continue.
So what do we do about it? I mean, if you're a famous man coming up, you can't do it. I mean, it's too risky. I think the dynamic of you being famous and powerful and then being a fan and knowing who you are, it's too powerful of a combination. So, like, you can't exploit that. It sucks, right? It sucks because you can't go out there and be a rascal and fuck everyone. You know what I mean? But, which is like apparently the dream of men. That's why they become famous. I didn't know that. I mean, I know that there's like dudes out there, but I find that odd that like you become famous just for that. It's just like, okay, bro, that's really it. That's all there is to life. But yeah, you're not getting away with it.
Now, the obvious question comes to mind of getting away with what? Being two consenting adults doing their own thing. This is apparently bad. Again, it's just pandering. It's pandering. Just point blank period. At the end of the day, it's pandering. He's trying to, show off for his audience, be like, hey, this is bad and I'm calling it out because it's bad. It's not like you're doing something wrong. If you're a consenting adult and you do something with another consenting adult, that's your business. Power dynamic is stupid because at the end of the day, you're an adult that can make choices. What's really going to happen if you guys break up? Like, they might say something bad about you, but like, give me an example of a famous person breaking up with somebody and then them being the one airing the dirty laundry about their former partner. Normally it's the other way around. So if anything, the famous person is taking more of a risk. But of course he's not thinking about that because he's trying to appeal to the people who are not famous, like you or I. Or, well, not you or I, because you're probably... Actually, no, I have a 50-50 male-female split in my audience. So he's trying to appeal to the females in my audience. So let me know. If you're a girl or a woman watching this, let me know how you feel about this whole celebrity men in particular hooking up with their fans. Because apparently celebrity women doing it is fine. And also, Hassan has, as we all know, participated in prostitution. And he's also, in his own words, slept with women recently while he was famous. So does that make him a bad person? Or is it different because that's your business partner? If you're going to take it down this road, there's a lot of stuff that you have to consider. You can't just be like, oh, this one person is bad, but everything else is good because I say so. And that's just the way it is. Like, call out Hassan. Call out Hassan. If you're going to talk about, hey, any famous man, because Hassan Piker is a famous person. He is a pretty pivotal name. He's probably the biggest political streamer in the world right now. So say something about him. Like, I don't know. And there have been a bunch of people unfairly calling out Ethan for being friends with Justin Roiland and Andrea Callahan. If you don't know, Justin Roiland got accused of domestic battery and false imprisonment, which I don't know. I really hope he's innocent because the story that is going to come out if he's not is going to be pretty wild. And there probably won't be any more Rick and Morty. And I'm actually a big fan of Rick and Morty, so I'm really hoping he's innocent. Not hoping that he gets acquitted. I'm hoping that he's innocent. So there's a big difference there. So please keep that in mind. Anyway, at the end of the day, I think this is really just Ethan getting his foot stuck in his mouth as he tends to do, and then getting mad that people are calling him out. And now he just made that incoherent, stupid video. And I'm not going to give it any more attention. So I'm going to end the video off here. Thank you all so much for watching. I really and truly appreciate it. Goodbye.